Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Today I thought it would be a good idea, after purchasing a number of Primark PS Pro brushes more recently, and I thought it would be a good idea to share with you a full face using these brushes. So I have applied my brows because otherwise we'd be here all day, and I've just applied a little bit of base to my eyelids, but apart from that I haven't applied anything else, as you can tell. So I've got a number of brushes here to share with you. I've got my new collection that I shared with you in a Primark haul a few days ago. Also I have this set, which is the Smoky eye brush set, which I picked up for £3.50. I'm not going to be using that today because I already have a set here exactly the same, so I thought rather than break this open I would just use the ones that I've already used. Now I've also got a number of brushes here that I've already washed and used. You've probably seen this one as well more recently, and I have, you know, I've basically got a split brush collection now, because I've got some new brushes and I've got some brushes that I've already been using, and of course it wouldn't be a testing eye brush, Primark eye brushes, without this. And this is the Primark PS eye contour brush, but I do have a number of other eye brushes as well which I will be using. So let's start with the makeup. So like I say, I've applied my brows. I have also applied a little bit of the Revolution Pro Eye Elements in Central, get that right. So what I'm going to do now is, and I'm not going to be testing out just, you know, any Primark makeup. This is just makeup that I use on a day-to-day basis. What I really wanted to do today was just test out the brushes. I've really had also some good feedback. A number of you have contacted me to mention that you have purchased some Primark brushes and you're having really good results with them. One in particular mentioned to me, I think it was this morning, and of course I'm filming this on Friday, and it will be up today on Friday as well. So basically I received a comment this morning saying that someone had tested out these brushes, or some of the Primark brushes, and they equal the high-end brushes that they have. So I'm really pleased about that, because it's really nice to find affordable dupes, isn't it? Now I'm just going to adjust my mirror so I can actually see in it, and I'm going to be applying first of all the Revolution Conceal and Define. So this has been talked about a lot recently because we've had the foundation launch this week. Now I've already applied all of my moisturiser, and you know, that I use as well on a day-to-day basis. Now I'm not going to be using any brushes for this, however I will be using one of the brushes to set this, but I always pat this under the eye using my ring finger. So I'm just going to pat that into place. Like that. I always go there as well. I've got quite a little bit of darkness around here. Whatever I do, whether I apply a whole tub of concealer, will not diminish that in any way at all. It is just how my face is contoured, I suppose. So whatever I do to that area is not going to brighten it up, like I say, but I'm going to keep tapping in that concealer. Like that. Just blend that into the eye base that I've applied as well. Now with that, I always leave that to set. I've got a wipe here I'm just going to clean my hand with. Okay, so that's the concealer applied so far. I may go in with a second layer in a moment, but this is exactly how I apply my makeup every single day. So I'm going to leave that to set for a little while. Now what I'm going to apply is, and I am testing this foundation out for you, and it is the Revolution Conceal and Define. foundation. So this is the second day that I'm going to be applying that, and I'm going to be using for the foundation and contour brush that I picked up for £3. So this was actually in my most recent haul, and I do, if I can get it out, I do actually use the eBay brushes, and I do get a lot of questions about them, but I either have to find something else, which I have with this, or I have to purchase some more because they have seen better days. I've had them for a number of years now, and I came across this. So this is the 110, not the 1110, so 110 foundation and contour brush. So it looks like this. I really like this handle because it is like matte, so it's matte. It doesn't have it's not shiny, so it does have a little bit of grip, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's rubber, but it does have a matte handle there. Really like that. Like this black metal here as well, and I do like the bristles. They're very, very soft, but I have washed my other brushes that I picked up from Primark, from the Pro range, and I haven't lost one bristle yet. So yeah, really like this, and of course it is from the Pro range. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop that brush down for a moment. I'm just going to apply a little bit of foundation to the back of my hand. A little bit of that to start off with. There probably will be a little bit of, it will probably go into the brush a little bit, but we'll see. Now that is good because I really love the brush. It is dense, so you can see that it's really, I mean, the foundation, I must admit, applies really, really well, but I won't go into too much of that because I'm going to be doing a review video on that. But the brush, it's quite dense, but it's not so dense that it, you know, feels uncomfortable. So far that is very, very good. Now I'm going to put another little bit of foundation on my hand. What I like to do when I apply foundation to my hand is just put a little bit on there at a time, because what I don't want to do is waste the product. Now I'm just going to tap that in because I've gone a little bit too high there, getting carried away here. There's no brush marks whatsoever. You can't see any brush marks, which is something that I found, especially with not quite as densely packed brushes. You tend to see brush marks, don't you? And that is something that we definitely don't want. And I think that's probably why the Beauty Blender was actually released. So I'm just going to blend that there. I really like this foundation for actually matching my skin tone, so it's beautiful for that. So I don't actually have to bring the foundation too far down. So very, very happy with that. So I'm just going to carefully go around my brows. I also really like the shape of it because usually, now if I put my brows on first and I go to this area, my hairline obviously comes down quite low to my brow, and I'm usually, because it's, you know, if I'm using a round brush, it then either takes away some of the brow or it goes in my hair. So because of the shape of this, you can either use it, obviously, the whole length of it, or of course you can turn it to the width like that and then use it to go in between the brows, which is another area that I find difficult if I'm doing these kind of tutorials, and I usually take off a little bit of the brow as well. But yeah, so far that is very good. The application is amazing. I'm just going to add one more little bit of product. Now this is going to be the real test because usually I cannot get foundation to stay on my nose. So we're going to see how this goes. That never happens. I never ever find that happens. The foundation, in fact, I just do around my nose just because it looks a little bit strained. Just because I have a little bit of redness around there. Wow. It has taken to my nose. So obviously it's probably something to do with the foundation as well, but I do tend to find that when I go over the nose area, what it does is I just get a lot of brush marks and it looks very patchy. That's why I always apply it with my fingers. I'm really impressed. So that was, I'll just repeat that. Obviously I will list everything down below. So that's the foundation and contour brush, numbered 110, and you can see that it's oval. Fantastic. I'm really, really thrilled with that. I may have to go to Primark again, go to the Cambridge one and pick up more of those. I was so hesitant because I thought, no, you know, it's not going to work as well as, I've never found any other brush to work as well as the ones from eBay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop a little bit more concealer here and then just tap that concealer out. Tap it out again under the eye. And the other side. This is how like I say, this is exactly how I do my makeup every day, so I'm not changing anything at all. So that's all nicely tapped out. I might have to do that again. Every time I move my face, it tends to, I do find with the Conceal and Define, it's a fantastic concealer, but it does crease, and if I don't set it, then, you know, it really does crease quite badly. So what I'm going to be using next, in fact I should really get the brush. The brush that I'm going to be using next is the PS Pro Face Precision HD Kabuki Brush. They don't make it easy, do they? And this one was £3. Basically, I picked this one up. It looked very, very interesting to me. Oops. Again, very difficult to get the brush out of the packaging. This one looked really interesting. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a brush like that. So it's triangular, and again it's got that nice matte handle, and it has the black metal there, and the brush again very soft, again very dense, but it's got some give to it. So again, it feels very comfortable. I tested this on my eye, also on my husband's eye as well. I know that sounds strange, but I couldn't see the brush on my eye, and I wanted to know if it fit in that area, and it fit perfectly underneath my husband's eye, so I knew that it would work for what I'm going to be using it for. This is 101, this brush is numbered, and I'm going to be using, as always, the Obsessive Contour. I wish I'd picked up a couple of these when they had the sale recently, because you can see I am nearly out of this. So what I'm going to do first of all is just get a little bit of that powder, and I always use the pink powder under the eye. So I'm going to make sure that there's no creases again. I usually do this obviously a lot quicker, but I'm not usually talking. Okay, so I'm just going to pat that under the eye like that. Really, really like how it fits. Even though it's a larger brush, you've really got some precision there, because, as it says on the box, because it fits perfectly in that area. I usually use a Real Techniques, I think it's the Real Techniques contour brush, and that's okay, but it's just not as pointy as this brush, so that works perfectly. I'm going now into the yellow, just to mattify areas that get a little bit oily throughout the day. Like that. So basically that is the foundation, the base done. So I'm just going to pop that brush away now. I need a bigger brush holder now. I've got so many brushes, it won't fit in there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is apply a little bit of warmth to my face. To do that, and I've been really, really excited by this, I'm using the PS Pro Large Fan Brush. You can apply powder, liquid or cream highlighters to high points of the face and body. Now I always use the NYX big fan brush, and I was really intrigued to see this because that one I think is about, is it 14, 15 pounds, something like that, could even be 16 pounds. No, I think it's 14. So when I came across this, I thought, wow, it's only £4. I thought this is going to work hopefully very, very well. So it definitely doesn't feel as dense as the NYX fan brush, and it's definitely not, is it as thick as it? I don't think it's quite as thick, but it definitely is longer, I believe. I should have brought it in to compare, but again, you've got that matte handle, you've got the black metal part there holding the bristles in place, and then again you've got the black bristles with the white edging. It feels very, very soft indeed, so I'm hoping that because it feels soft, it's going to apply it very well. I'm using the Revolution and Imogenation Highlight to the Moon palette, and I'm going to be using Warrior in the middle, I think, so that one there. So I'm going to use this brush exactly the same as I would my NYX fan brush, getting that powder there, and then I'm going to start chiseling away at my cheek. It's definitely, because it's not as dense as the NYX, and because it feels very light, I don't need to pat it because it's not pulling at my skin. So it's working really well, and I really like how it's distributing that product. Really, really love that actually. I'm just going to do my forehead while I'm thinking about it. I do find sometimes that the NYX fan brush, because it is very, not just dense, but it's, I don't get a good blend sometimes, but this one is blending because it's so light, fluffy, and it just feels beautiful on the skin. It's really giving a very, very nice finish. Oh, I absolutely love this. I think I might have to get a dupe of this one. Not a dupe, another one. Because I can see that I'm going to be using this every single day. You can see now I've built it up as well. So you can certainly build it up, but wow, is this a lovely brush. Oh, wow. I am really impressed with this. I was a little bit worried because I knew that it wasn't as dense as the NYX brush. So I thought, you know, am I going to have problems? Is it going to give me the same, you know, finish? But yeah, it feels lovely, and it's not pulling my skin or anything like that. I do find this side the hardest to do, but it is building up. Yeah, this side is definitely deeper. I think we're now building it up. I've obviously gone a little bit overboard. It gives a lovely, lovely finish though. Very nice and blended, which is what I want. I'm trying to get it to match up the other side. I think that is it. I'm just going to get that foundation brush, just carve that out a little bit. So I always find this side much more difficult to do. Love it. Love how it's applied. Just making sure that I have done it the same. Yeah, I think that will be fine. Otherwise, I'm going to be here all day trying to match it up. Okay, so that is the yeah, that is the base applied. Now I think I've forgotten a blush. I'm just seeing. I think I have. I was so used to using the Emily Edits, which has everything in it. So I'm just going to look into here. I think I might be able to get away with an eyeshadow from here, which is the Imogenation, the eyeshadow palette. Now the brush that I'm using for this is going to be tricky because I've forgotten my blush and I'm using the large powder plum brush, 115, but I'm going to give it a go. So it's this. I knew I was going to forget something. So it's this brush, and you can see I've been using it a lot. And I really, really love it. Now, I can't remember the price of this. I think it was about £4. You're going to see my issue in a moment because I'm using this. I'm going to try and get that eyeshadow on my brush. But this is going to be a real test for this brush. But anyway, like I say, I knew I was going to forget something. So I'm going to dip into Pinky Promise. We're going to dip into Pinky Promise and then just apply a little bit of blush. Oh dear. But actually that is working beautifully, thank goodness. That is lovely. I have been testing this brush out for the last week or so since I actually purchased it, and I must say this is the best brush I've ever used for blush. It is beautiful. Now, as you know, I love everything really blended. And so far these brushes have really done that, and this is beautiful. I'm amazed that such a large brush has just picked up the shade that I want. Because the other brushes are actually shimmer, but that has worked beautifully. Absolutely love it. Now better. Now what I like to do is add my blush and then just blend it out on the edges. Oops. So like I say, this is what I do every single time I apply makeup. Love it. I'm surprised that has worked so well, but it has. Thank goodness. Okay, I'm not going to apply, in fact, should I apply, I think I will, because I wasn't going to apply highlight, but I think I will do that because I want to test out another brush. Now they did have a proper highlighting fan brush, and I do wish that I'd picked that up. I didn't, but what I want to do is just use this one, and it isn't actually dissimilar to my M501 brush from Morphe. Like I say, they do have a proper highlighting fan brush, but this is from a duo, an eye brush duo, and it had these two brushes in there. You get, they are numbered somewhere. 230 is the lighter brush, and then you've got the 220, which is the black bristled brush which I'm going to use today. Now I'm going to go into Slay My Life from the Imogenation Highlight to the Moon. I love this so much. Now I usually use, of course, my Holy Grail brush, but I want to try something else out today, and I'm going to apply this one using this brush. Like I say, it's not too dissimilar from my M501 brush from Morphe, so we'll see. Wow. Now what I usually do, I apply the the highlight using a brush for highlight, but obviously, you know, I haven't got a proper highlight, so I'm using an eye brush. And then what I do is I go back to the blush brush, and because I do like everything blended, I will just go in with that blush brush. So again, this is exactly what I do every single day, because as you know, I do like everything really blended. Now, you're not going to be able to see this as well this side, because the light doesn't hit me as well, but I'm just going to do that. Like that. And then just again get the powder brush and just go over that, just to blend it all in. Like I say, I really like everything blended so well. But you can see that they are absolutely beautiful. So now for the eyes, and of course I don't know what I'm going to use. I've got quite a combination of eye brushes here, so I think I'm going to probably give them all a go. Now I'm going to be using or try to anyway, I'm going to be using the Revolution Imogenation, the eyeshadow palette. I thought I would use that today, and if I can get it open. And I've got all of these beautiful shades to use, and I just love this palette so much. So what I'm going to do first of all, now this is a real favourite of mine, this next brush. This is exactly why I picked up another set, because in here you get obviously three brushes, and my favourite is this one, and it is the Eye and Crease contour brush, and it's numbered 251, so it looks like that. I'm going to keep this little trio there now, so I'm going to be using that one. Now I love this for applying the base colour and blending it out, so I'm going to be using, what shall I use today? Shall I go for Too Nice, because I don't think I've actually used that shade. Too Nice is this one here, so we'll go in with that one first of all. I feel like I've got a hair stuck to me somewhere. I think that's got it now. Okay, so I'm going to start on this eye and just apply that base colour. It's such a big fluffy brush. So if you're in a rush, for example, you cannot, you don't have time, this will cover your whole eye and you won't have to worry about it. It's just beautiful. It blends very well. Like that. I love that colour. That is very unusual because it's got a little bit of, it's like a grungy, my favourite word at the moment. It's like a grungy browny peach colour. Stunning, I love that. Now, like I say, I've been using this brush quite a bit. I've washed it, you know, a lot as well. I haven't lost a bristle from it. I'm amazed because these are so inexpensive. They're just such good quality, and that is why I went back to get more. Obviously, you know, if you use a brush and you don't really like it, you then don't go back for more. But that is why I then picked up more, because I just loved it. Loved the ones that I'd picked up. Now I think that is the base colour done. So that one now we can put to one side. I'm now going into my favourite brush, which is the PS Eye Contour Brush. I'm going into a deeper shade. I think I'm going to go in with, let's have a look. Now I would go in with Pinky Promise and things like that, but I want to neutralise that a little bit. I'm going to go into Okay, I think, which is the third one down, that one there, and just test, well, we don't need to retest this one out, but because you've probably seen it a lot on my channel, but I just want to obviously test out all of these brushes all together. Are they going to work together if you have got this and you want some more? So I suppose, yeah, it is good to test this one out to see if it works in conjunction with the other brush. That has really worked very nicely to deepen that up. There's not really much to say about this brush apart from the reason why I like it so much. It works so well for me. If you've got that little bit of hooded lid like me, it goes right into there and then it goes all the way through. And that is why I like it so much. Obviously, if you haven't got hooded lids, you know, that's absolutely fine, but this just works so well to get into that area that I want to get into. I'm going to, should I put that brush now? I could use that brush for where you've seen it. I could use that on its own. I think I'm going to go into another one now. This is again from that trio of eye brushes, and this is the 252 eyeshadow blending brush. I don't find this easy for blending because it is just too small, but it is good for adding a depth or a deeper colour in the crease. So I'm going in with now Sorry Not Sorry, which is this one at the bottom. So put a little bit of that on there, and then I'm going in right now into that crease area. Yeah, I wouldn't say that this is a blending brush as such, because I don't think I would be able to get, you know, it's nice to pack the product on, but for blending it out, I'm not sure. It works really, really well, this brush, actually, to just deepen out up that outer V area. Like that, so I'm going to do the same with this side. Yeah, I would definitely say it's more of a precision brush. But yeah, works really, really well. I think what I'm going to do, stay with that brush. Now actually I'm going to go back to this brush first of all. So the eye contour brush. I'm going into the second shade that we applied, which was OK. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that underneath the eye. Like that. So we've got a little bit of a base colour down. I think this is probably going to turn out to be quite a neutral eye look. Oh my goodness, I'm loving that. That is gorgeous, love that. I'm going back to that last brush, the eyeshadow blending brush 252, going back into Sorry Not Sorry, and then just apply that there to add a little bit of depth. And then join that up to there, so it's all joined. Works lovely. That is perfect. Okay, now I need a lid shade. I think, what am I going to go in with? I'm just going to swatch a couple of these. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in with Huns, which is this one here. So I'm going to keep it quite neutral again and just apply that onto the lid with my finger. Then what I'm going to do, I've got another brush here, again from the same collection of trio of brushes. This one is the Pencil and Powder Smudge brush and it's numbered 250. That one there, you can see it's a much more pointy, and I'm going into Huns again. What I really like is that point. Because it's got that point, it can go right into this area here, which I find so difficult. I tend to find if I do go into that area that I find that I then get the eyeshadow underneath, which I don't want to do. I'm going to keep to this brush because the other brush that I usually use I've never seen again in Primark, which is this brush. It's just my little pencil brush that I often use. I've never seen it. It disappeared around the same time as the eye contour brush did, but obviously this is now making a comeback in stores, thankfully. So if you haven't got it in your store yet, then obviously do visit you know, another store, which is what I did, and I couldn't believe it when I found it. And then I went back to my usual store, which is Norwich, and they had it. So I'm just popping that all around the inner corner. It's absolutely stunning for that because it's so dense. It really packs that you know, that inner corner shade on there. Really amazing. Absolutely love that brush. Okay, then I'm going back to my little, which one is this, 252. Now bearing in mind, obviously I'm swapping brushes, I'm testing out them all, but you can use however many brushes you like in your eye look. I'm going back in with Sorry Not Sorry, just to deepen the V out and then blend that in a little bit like that. A little bit more on this side. Just to give it that blend like that. Okay, so that is the eye look nearly done. I'm now going to apply my liner, which is the Revolution HD Smoky Waterproof Liner. I'm just going to to apply that on the waterline. course I need to finish the look with my favourite, which is the Primark PS Amplified Mascara. Absolutely love this. Something on my face. There we go, it's gone now. Oh, I love this stuff, and I think it's only £2. So that's the eyes done. I'm just going to also apply some lipstick, which I don't have a brush for, and I'm going to be using my absolute favourite. This is my second one of these now, or it could even be my third. It's the Revolution lip liner, Revolution Renaissance lip liner in Chauffeur. I think this, actually I can use this lip liner for any single lipstick look that I like to wear, because it is such a standout shade. I'm going to do a little bit of contouring now. Just to fill in the lips, and then leave the middle part there. And I'm going in with my favourite of favourites lipstick, which is the Revolution Pro Supreme lipstick in, and it's called Heroine. It is very, very matte. If you don't like very matte lipsticks, they do have others within this range that are much more creamy. I think I used one in yesterday's look. I can't remember the name of it, but it was very, very creamy compared to this, but this one is much more matte, and it's like a baby pink colour. I love it, and I believe these are only £2 on the Revolution site. If they are, I meant to do it yesterday and I forgot, but I will link that below for you. So I just apply it in the middle. And then just tap it out. Like that. Just to blend it out. And that is my look done. So that is my look using all of the Primark brushes that I have collected over the last few weeks. I shared them with you in 2 hauls, and I am absolutely amazed. I of course love my favourite. I love the PS Eye Contour Brush. I think that is always going to be my holy grail of holy grails eyeshadow brush, because it does a one eyeshadow look. It is amazing, and you can use it, you know, for so many different things. You know, you can use it flat, you can use the point. It is just amazing. And I've tried other sets. I mean, I tried the next set. I couldn't really get on with I use some of them and I love them, but nothing ever beats that little brush, and it's only £1. Just amazing. What I will say is that I've now found another favourite from within the new Pro collection, and it is the 251 Eye and Crease Contour Brush. I did mention that when I was using this one. It is so big, so fluffy. It just blends like a dream. So if you visit your Primark, have I got it here? Yeah, I have actually here. This is the set that it comes out of. It is £3.50, and I just love it. I mean, I've used all 3 of these today and they work beautifully. I can't say that there's any one brush from the collection that I've used that I don't like. I suppose my least favourite, if I have to be totally honest, is this one. I don't particularly, in fact, actually this duo, I'm not keen on this. I was really pleased actually that I made it work as a highlight. Because these are my least favourite. I don't know why. Well, I suppose I do know why. Is because then they don't feel as nice on the eye as these ones, these pro brushes with the black and the white tip. I mean, everybody, I did see a little while ago that a lot of people were rushing to Primark to pick these up, and they had that price. There was a funny price on their euro in €4, and then when you went to the till they were £4.50, which is a little bit odd, but you know, these seem quite rough on the eye, and I haven't used these as much as the other set, notably that one, but yeah, it worked really well as a highlight. I was really pleased that I incorporated it into the look, but I wouldn't use it on the eye again. It's just too rough, especially that white one. It just feels too spiky. And also I've washed this one, and this one is the only one that hasn't gone back into shape. It's very splayed, and I've only used it once. Even actually when I put the highlighter on my cheek, it did feel quite rough. But any of the pro brushes, and these are different actually because they've got wooden handles, but any pro brushes with this matte handle, I absolutely love them. I will definitely get another one of these. This worked perfectly on my face. I'm really amazed by it. I've definitely got to pick up some more of these, the foundation brush. It blended like a dream, and it applied to my nose. This is the only brush I have ever used in my entire life of applying makeup that has adhered foundation onto my nose. Very, very impressed. And of course I absolutely love this. I was amazed that this actually applied that blush, but because it's so big and fluffy, it blended it like a dream, even though it was my fault because I forgot the blush. Yeah, I think that's everything that I've used today. I know that it's going to be a long video. I apologise for that as always, but I know that most of you that subscribe to my channel love my long videos. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I would love to hear your thoughts. And of course, if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would love it if you subscribe to watch further videos. But as always, until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.